Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/brews and blasters. There's over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Here we go.
You're listening to Brews and Blasters, RetroZap.com's free-ranging discussion about all things Star Wars.
How we doing?
Same as always.
That bad, huh?
With your hosts, Chris and Joe, two guys from Boston who are talking about this stuff anyway.
Bulky religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
Let us go inside where we can discuss business over a drink.
Conversation anyway. This place can be a little rough.
Not good.
I don't like this.
This is madness.
Would you join me for a little refreshment? Everyone's invited, of course.
I think you overestimate their chances.
No, not really, no. I'm listening.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
We must be cautious indeed. Yes, 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 because we are only a few days away from The Force Awakens! Yes, sir. And ma'am. And, whatever else. I'm not a speciesist. My name... Whoa! My name is Joe. Welcome to Brews and Blasters, RetroZap.com's free-ranging discussion about all things Star Wars. Free-ranging indeed. Yes. Joining me today is my good buddy, Michael Carter.
Hi, this is Mike Carter. I played Biff Fortuna in Return of the Jedi. Welcome to Brews and Blaster.
Yeah, definitely not Chris Sultan. And also joining me is Felix Silla.
Hi, this is Felix Silla. You are listening to Brews and Blaster.
We have a crazy group here today. Crazy group. Don't forget about Jerome Blake.
Good morning, world. This is Jerome Blake. I played Oppo Rancisis in The Phantom Menace and residually bits in the other prequels. And you're listening to Brews and Blasters.
Yeah. Jerome Blake. He thinks it's morning. So, have at that. And, also, don't forget about Chris Sultan, but also Jim Cummings.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Jim Cummings, and you are listening to Brews and Blasters. And as my dear friend Hondo Onaka would say, don't forget to remember to watch these guys and listen to their words. They are multi-wise. I'm talking about Chris and Joe. Now hand over the psyllium, and nobody has to get hurt.
I'm probably going to hurt because Chris is going to hit me because his introduction has been very far delayed. The multi-wise Chris Sultan.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chris Sultan, and you listen to Brews and Blasters.
No, you did it wrong. You have to say Brews and Blaster.
Oh, and Brews and Blaster.
You got to get it wrong, like Felix Silla gets it wrong.
What about Brews and Blaster?
Yeah, that's fine. That's probably the official title of the show, Brews and Blasters. That's kind of what, that's kind of what we do. We're doing radio voice today. That's what we're doing. It's like 6 days away from The Force Awakens. We're like, hey!
Yeah, we're getting loopy.
We're getting a little loopy there. Getting loopy here. Oh, yeah. Bobby Roberts' favorite song from our show.
Oh, that was a good time.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I don't know if that made it to the air. I forget. Us singing Mega Man.
Yeah, I don't know if it did either.
Yeah, but we were definitely rocking out to some Mega Man.
Yeah, because we talked for probably a half an hour before and after.
You know, we had to address this this week on Twitter. One of the listeners was like, "Hey, do you remember that time you guys said that thing in that show?" And I'm like, "We had to be honest with you. Like, we literally have to be honest with you. We forget everything we say on this show immediately after we say it."
Yeah, like you hit stop record, and I'm like,
"Meh,
good show later, Joe."
It just yeah. You go home, I go to bed. And yeah, it's literally forgotten about.
Yeah.
I wake up the next day, I'm like, show description? Don't remember a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting at the end of the year, I'll tell you that much. Oh, we're saying a lot of things. Saying a lot of things right now. Hey buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I'm doing good too. Yeah.
I can't believe that, well, by the time people are listening to this, it's less than a week, but it's less than a week away.
I can't believe it.
All I keep thinking about is that the countdown of when it was like 300, like high 200s, and now we're down to like single digits.
It's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous at how close it is. I mean, people are watching the movie for the first time already.
Yeah.
They're like famous people watching the movie. They've already seen it. They're done with it. They're on to the next thing. It's like crazy. There are people already starting to talk about like movies after The Force Awakens as if that's a thing.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I'm getting ready for Batman vs Superman in March 2016. March 2016 doesn't even exist yet.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
There's only December 18th, and then I don't know whatever happens next.
Rogue One.
Sure, yeah, that's a thing. But like, December 18th. I've been living for December 18th for many years now.
Well, we're lucky enough. We're seeing it the 17th.
That's true. Oh, that's true.
Even sooner.
I can't believe it. I've literally been like really trying to be safe.
Oh
you
yeah.
know? Like kids over at BC are getting the norovirus. I'm like, oh, keep me away from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not eating that. Not eating that Chipotle. Don't want to get that norovirus.
No, I've been wearing my seatbelt a lot more than usual.
You should wear your seatbelt all the time.
I do, but like before it used to be like
you really should
instinct, but now it's like I need to keep myself safe.
Listen to your buddy David Prowse.
Yeah.
All right, buckle your seatbelt.
Oh yeah. What is it? The green cross guard or something?
He was like the green man safety guy or something like that. He was very important.
Yeah.
To do that, and you should buckle your seatbelts. You should also listen to C-3PO and not smoke.
Oh, that's one thing that I don't do.
I definitely do. You remember that commercial was one of the greatest things. That's one of the things that like
I love
me tethered to Star Wars.
Yeah, it was him and Atu, right?
Yeah.
Talking about like don't smoke.
Yeah, then at the end, remember at the end, like there's like some really weird like very like what would you say it was? It was not prescient, but it was like it was very deep. It was very, very deep. That's all I'll say. Like existential. That's what it was. It was very existential. Like, C-3PO goes to R2. He's like, R2, do you think I really have a heart? And 3PO's like, like, I feel you, man.
It's like, here we go again.
It's like, yeah, or maybe not, but we could only like. It was some weird existential stuff, like that like robot trying to be human thing, and it's like, whoa, like. Do they yearn to be human? I don't know. Like, and they also don't want to smoke. And it's like this whole thing tied up in my head. It goes on. He-Man comes back on. I'm like, what's going on? Star Wars was just there for like 15 seconds. I don't know.
Well, what I got out of that, the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that I was like, Mom, these are real robots. Like, they're real. And what I
live.
What I love so much about her, she was like, you're right. They're real robots. And I'm like, they're real. This is the world we live in,
Yeah, why does it say a long time ago? No, they're here. They're smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, no, they're on TV. They're real robots.
Yeah.
Like, we have the technology. That's what I got out of it. Oh, man.
Do you think that R2 would have been addicted to cigarettes?
To smoke? No. Not at all.
He was just doing it to like be casual, like party guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. And now I want to find the commercial. It's we're gonna grind the show to a halt, like it already hasn't been. But yeah, we're gonna grind this to a halt. I want to find this commercial. This means a lot to me. A couple of days away from The Force Awakens.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah. Smoking commercial. You guys don't even know. Oh, here it is.
Wow,
here it is. Boom.
See, the power of the internet.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, we're gonna bye. All right, here we go. Yeah, watch there be an ad.
Oh, there you go.
Very nice.
R2? Where are you? R2? R2? R2, you're on fire!
Where are they?
R2-D2, you found a cigarette!
It's like in a machine shop.
I don't think smoking is grown up at all. Because it's very dangerous. Smoking does dreadful things to your lungs and is very bad for your heart. Well, I know I don't have one, but humans do, and I think we should set a good example. Well done, R2. Oh, hello. You know smoking is bad for your health, and it isn't grown up at all. So please, don't smoke. R2, do you really think I don't have a heart?
Hey, honestly, they should run this like nonstop now.
Yeah, they probably should.
They really should.
That was on for a long time too. You know,
that was a good one. I do remember that.
That's a great commercial.
Yeah,
like that kind of gave me chills. You know,
and that's why we don't smoke.
It's true. It's pretty much why I never smoked and I never will. And we're back. Oh man, yeah. So Star Wars, right? Oh yeah. Okay. So that was fun. You know what's funny? We're gonna go watch Star Wars Rebels right now. So we're gonna be back, and in the meantime, why don't you check out this amazing interview we did with our good buddy Mark Newbold from Jedi News UK. Yeah, JediNews.com. He is unbelievable guy. We had a great time talking to him, and check it out. All right, Mark Newbold. He is co-owner. Is that right?
Co-owner, yeah.
Yes, of Jedi News, perhaps the best Star Wars website out there. Right up there with StarWars.com itself. It's where I go for all of my Star Wars news, and we are honored to have him on the show. Welcome, Mark. How you doing?
Very kind. Yeah, doing good. Doing really good.
Awesome. And thank you so much again for being up so late to speak with us on in Boston, of course. You know, you're our first international guest. Yeah, because we haven't had Mike McDonald on yet. He's from Canada.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know if we really even call that international anymore. he's about 5 minutes from the border. Yeah. So wow, we are days away here, days and days away. And how is it over where you are over in the UK?
I would imagine it's probably about the same as it is for you guys. I mean, there's barely any difference in release date, maybe a day, and we're just buzzing like you guys are. I mean, everybody's sharing information and talking about it, soaking up all the trailers and teasers and TV spots and pictures that are coming out. So yeah, it's kind of reaching fever pitch over here. It's been crazy for us the last few days. Doing sort of radio and TV and newspapers, and everybody seems to want to talk to us at the moment, which is cool. But yeah, it's really really busy. I mean, this is well, actually for me it's now Thursday. For you it's still Wednesday, but this morning I did the Jogcast, which is a podcast over in Australia. So that was fun. So yes, it's just all go at the moment.
Yeah, it really is. Wow, yeah, I mean, I can't believe the amount of material that is being released right now. I'm just awash in it. I can't even keep up, and I've almost like stopped trying to keep up at this point. We're days away, and it's like, well, the movie is coming, and what, if I catch the latest trailer, I've caught the latest trailer. I've probably seen most of it already anyways, but yeah. So, I mean, with respect to Jedi News, I mean, what is it like to run that site now in comparison to what it is a year ago? I mean, with all the news coming in now, it must be more than a full-time job.
It feels like it sometimes. I mean, we've got a pretty good team. So there's a bunch of us that all post together. So we've got Justin over in New York area.
Yeah.
We've got Brian up in Scotland. You've got me in the Midlands. You've got James down in London. We've got other people sending news in. So there's a bunch of us posting, and there's folks all around the place. Teresa Delgado does stuff for us, and there's a whole bunch of people posting in. But yeah, I mean, compared to a year ago, I mean, even a year ago, we'd already had the first sort of teaser trailer, and it was getting busy, and news was coming thick and fast. And obviously now there's probably. It's not so much a rumor situation now, whereas it was a year ago, where we were still that far out. We didn't really know a huge amount of what was going on.
For sure.
But now it's like you say, there's so much information coming now, so many magazine covers and just people turning up on TV shows, and we're going to start getting it over here in the UK in the next few days because the premiere's next Tuesday in the UK, and and it's just going to all go. Sorry, it's next Wednesday rather. So it's all just going to go nuts. Yeah, we try and keep up with it on the site as best as we can. I mean, we've been hitting sort of 25, 26 posts a day, which is, for us, that's a lot. I mean, we average 13. And so 26, 27 for the last week or two, it's been, we've really been piling it on. And there's still more that we could post, but, you do what you can. But I'm the same as you. I think you can only follow as much as you can, and you kind of reach a saturation, not a saturation point, because there's never enough Star Wars, but you know what I mean? There's only so much you can take in, so, and we're so close to the film, we can touch it.
Oh, I know. People, it feels like people are touching it at this point. They, people are seeing the movie, they're talking about the movie, and, it's a little scary out there right now trying to navigate social media, I think, because there are people who have seen the movie, and there are people who are, who have their hands on material that people don't necessarily want to see yet.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, very true. And I mean, I see it next Tuesday. I'm at the press screening down in London, so I'll see it. I'll have seen it this time next week, which is very cool, obviously. But I don't want to now to get this close after all these years. 32 years, if you think about it.
Wow.
To get this close and then to have somebody spoil what could be a key moment. And I know more than I should anyway. I think all of us know bits that we probably now wish we didn't know.
Probably.
It'd be such a shame to get that close and then just have somebody, go and give you some mega plot points. Oh, I didn't want to know that, So yeah. I mean, we're all out there on social media, I see you on Twitter all the time. You see me. We're all out there talking and such. But it's there is the worry that you'll stumble across something that you shouldn't, and it's happened before. You find out things. Oh no! So yeah, it is a tricky waters at the moment.
Chris has a great story about being spoiled for episode 1.
Oh my god! Yeah. So my best friend, we're like 13, 14 at that point when episode 1 came out.
The youngin'.
Yeah, and my best buddy, his dad, he was lucky enough, went to the midnight show, and we had tickets right when I got out of school the next day, me and my father. And I was like, man, just don't tell me nothing, please. And you know how there's always that one, like, that kid that can't be trusted in school?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know why he would tell that kid, that Darth Maul and Qui-Gon, dies in that film. And of course, the kid ran right up to me and just said it just like that. And the whole time I was just waiting for that to happen. And, from that point on, obviously midnight shows. And, Yeah, I really never want to relive something like that again.
Yeah.
Because it's a terrible feeling. That's why I feel like at this point, maybe we should just isolate ourselves.
Let's all go to
Yeah, exactly. Like, should I just lock the door and just like stay in my house until next week?
I wish I'd got a carbon freezing chamber. I would carbon freeze myself in the next 7 days and just set the timer to like an egg timer, just let myself out just to go and see the film.
Yeah.
That I could do. Yeah.
You're like just before it's you're like, I know. Like no one's even there. But you're like, I know.
Yeah, just me.
If I would probably do that every single time, and I'd look up like right as the mist starts.
Yeah.
Every single time you have to. Oh my gosh. So Mark, you said two things that I want to touch on. Number one of them might be seeming a little mundane to you, but for listeners of Radio 1138, which I am a big fan of, I'm a huge fan of it. I listen to it every month since episode number 1. You and James Burns have this little joke you have going back and forth. I think it's a joke, but what is the deal with being north of the Watford Gap compared to James Burns and I want to know, because we're north of Boston, and I kind of feel like I'm on your side a little bit, because maybe there's like a give and take there, and I just don't geographically know. That was one. Okay. I have another one for you too.
North of the Watford Gap. Okay, we get asked this a lot. I live in the Midlands, near Birmingham, Ozzy Osbourne country. So I live just north of Birmingham, and James is in London. And what you need to know about people who live in England, and specifically people who live in London, is people who live in London kind of subscribe to the Flat Earth Society. They kind of think that London is the centre of the known universe,
really?
And that if it doesn't happen in London, then it's not actually happening, really. And so when you get certain people who live outside of England or outside of the UK come and visit the UK, there's the perception from internationally that maybe England is just London and its suburbs. But the sad fact is that when you actually live in England, you realise that people live in London think that it is just London and its suburbs. So the Watford Gap is a service station. So you have free highways and freeways. We have motorways.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go up the motorway, up the M1, heading north towards the hinterlands of England, which is where I live, there's a service station. So you just pull off, get something to eat, put your petrol in your car, and one of them is called the Watford Gap. So
wow.
in the UK, north of the Watford Gap, you're heading north. You're heading towards the Midlands. You're about to hit the M6 and you're just going north. But if you live in London, then anywhere north of the Watford Gap, they consider it north, whereas it's actually the Midlands. But Londoners don't understand a concept of the Midlands. They just think if it's north of the Watford Gap, then it's just north. It might as well be Iceland or Norway, really, to them. So because I live north of the Watford Gap, and it's about halfway down from me, it's 2 hours from me to James. Only 2 hours.
That's not
120 miles. But Watford Gap's about halfway. So when James comes north of the Watford Gap, you must know he actually has nosebleeds. He's not used to going that far north. I think he thinks it's literally vertical when it actually isn't. So yeah, he struggles with that. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I could see that. I could see him like setting up a horse. Getting going to war. Like I'm leaving, going north. I won't see you for a while, like.
Yeah. His wife wipes him off at the doorstep and everything. Yeah.
I can. All right, so we can relate in a sense because, all right, first of all, Boston's nickname is the Hub, and it was named that like 150 years ago because people from Boston consider themselves the hub of the universe. That is a direct quote from Emerson, I believe. Yeah, I'm a history major. I was a history major in college. So
Emerson, as in Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Is that?
Yeah. Well, he was the second. No, I wish that's more my style right there. But we were the hub of the universe, and there is a big delineation between the North Shore of Boston and the South Shore of Boston, and North Shore people don't typically venture south. It's literally like going to another country, and we only go west to travel, basically. I don't know anything west of Fenway Park in Boston. Basically, that's where my knowledge escapes me. So, yeah, very, very similar. So I love that. I absolutely love that. And now I feel like I can relate a little bit more.
See, we're brothers from another mother. You see, I've got somebody else out there that understands how I feel every time James mentions North of Watford Gap. That's good.
Oh, definitely. Wear it with a badge of honor. Wear it proudly. Because I want to get over there. I am dying to. I want to spend a month and just travel. I just want to travel everywhere that it possibly could. Because it just that's my dream.
You should do it, and it's not like I say. I know we joke, but it isn't just London. There's so much more out there. Just get out there and hit the road and travel.
I feel like every step you'd find something either historical or interesting or just plain beautiful.
Yeah, we always talked to me and my fiance. We always talked about if Celebration was to go to London, we're gonna go, and we totally dropped the ball. Well, I don't want to say that because we're gonna be getting married. And I was
really
like,
drop the ball.
Yeah. I was like, we could have the honeymoon there, but I just couldn't. We can't do it.
You guys like the beach too much.
Yeah. But I mean, I really, really want to go. That's definitely on the bucket list for sure.
Well, to get there.
Yeah.
Second, you're going to the premiere. That is unbelievable. I'm very, very jealous. And you were saying Jedi News, is on averaging about, 25, 26 articles a day. RetroZap does 1. we do the big 1 to 2 a day. That's where we are. But we strive. We let places like Jedi News do the news. We are doing our own insanity, I guess. Yeah. So I can't believe he's going to the premiere.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Are there expected to be many of the celebrities showing up as well?
That seems to be the word. Yeah. I mean, I think for a big premiere like this, I think all your UK celebrities that you guys in the States and anywhere outside of the UK won't know, because it's like TV presenters over here and soap actors and stuff like that over here, reality TV people. You'll get all of them. But obviously, because it's Star Wars, everybody likes Star Wars. So I think there'll be some big names. And I mean, Lucas is coming over for it, so Lucas will be here for that as well, which is very cool. So yeah, it should be crazy. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I had my fingers crossed because I donated, to Omaze, and I was like, oh my God, please. This is the third time. Like the first time was like meet George Lucas, and I didn't get that. And then the second time was be in The Force Awakens, didn't get that. And I was like, go to the premiere in London, please God, please let me win this. And I didn't, I love that I donated money to a good cause.
Sure.
But I would love to be on that plane coming to London. Yeah,
it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been pretty sweet.
So, yeah, you would also touch on another fact, that it's been, since 1983 in a lot of senses that we haven't really continued this story on, which is huge. So, let's take a step back, because I came to know Mark Newold as, a scholar of Star Wars, a veritable celebrity in fandom of Star Wars, someone who is, preeminent among all the fan sites. So where did you start out? What was it like growing up with Star Wars? Were you there for the original movie, or did you kind of like me grow up with just it being awash all around you?
Yeah, I was. Thank you for that, by the way. That makes me sound $1 million. I was there. I was there in I guess 77. I mean, it came out December 27th in the UK of 77. But where I lived, north of the Watford Gap, we got it in it rolled out into the provinces sort of January, February. So I know I saw it around about Easter of 78. So I would have been 6 at the time.
Okay.
6 or 7. No, 7 actually. 7. I would have been 7. And and just, everybody knew it was coming. All the kids were aware of it. Like, kids now know who BB-8 is, for example. They know there's this film coming soon, and they've known about it for a long time. And we knew about it because obviously in the States, it was a monster hit, and throughout that summer it was just everywhere. And we knew because it was made here, and there was people that we knew that were in it, faces we were familiar with, even as kids,
Right.
And so we were aware of it. So when it came, and it already came as a blockbuster, not like in the States where 32 screens, let's hope it does well, and then it just snowballed and snowballed. Star Wars arrived in the UK as a big deal already. And like, you know, all the kids my age at school, boys and girls, all went to see it. Everybody wanted to see it. So I remember going to see it with my dad, which, like I say, would have been around about my 7th birthday, there or thereabouts. And we were late. We turned up late. So we walked in during the cantina scene. It was the Han versus Greedo moment that we walked in on. Yeah, so I'd missed the ship coming over, the whole bit, you know, didn't see that, and just saw the Han. So my first, you know, visual memory or moving picture visual memory of Star Wars is that Han versus Greedo scene. So, and thankfully we watched the whole film, and then luckily it wasn't the last showing, so the lady let us stay and watch the first sort of 20 minutes or half an hour, whatever it was, of the next showing before we had to go, which was cool. But it just went from there. So I mean, you know, I think in the UK you'd got, you know, Doctor Who, which was huge. But in terms of production values, was, you know, it probably cost more to make the blue milk in Arborou's kitchen than it cost to make an entire episode of Doctor Who back then.
That's for sure. I grew up with that as well.
We had the reruns of the original Star Trek, which were great, but even then they felt, well, they were getting on for 10 years old then. But, you know, I think Trek's more of you have to kind of grow into Trek. It's slightly more mature than Star Wars because of the concepts and the thoughts behind it. You know, Star Wars is more of an adventure that you realise the undercurrents are there as you watch it more. But Trek is, you've got to kind of study Trek a little bit. I feel anyway, certainly as a kid.
You have to listen. You have to sit back and listen to Star Trek, and
totally.
just really contemplate it. Yeah, for sure.
And I think Star Trek's part of it. In a way, it's more of a tapestry in that Star Trek the more episodes you watch, the more it builds. Whereas Star Wars, you can take, obviously Star Wars was a film, whereas Trek was a series, so it's different just in that respect. But you know, Star Wars it was everything. It was like the be all and end all. So the toys started coming out in '78, and the comics started. We had weeklies in the UK, so the weekly UK comics started coming out in, I think it was late January, early February, and issue 6 was my first issue. My mum's best friend, who lived over the road, picked it up for me. So I always blame her. It's all her fault. And,
so the weeklies were. The weeklies were something that we did not get at all, right?
No, you didn't. No, you had Marvel did the monthlies. I think yours were out pretty much the same time as the film. So, but the weeklies in the UK were firstly physically larger, magazine size, physically bigger magazines. And they had a lot of photo stuff in there, so they tried to make them more like magazines, but they were essentially comics. But you'd have the first 7 or 8 pages from issue 1 of Star Wars, for example, with a little who's who on the side, and and all the UK adverts. I'm writing stuff for StarWars.com at the moment, looking back at the old weeklies, because they're so cute. Some of the ads in there and the competitions, and win the Star Wars movie, and it was like a Super 8 of about 20 minutes in black and white with no sound, and it was cool, and they'd put backup strips, so sort of Tales of the Watcher or Guardians of the Galaxy, or all these old Marvel stories from the 60s and such. Kind of now kids would just look at them and, well, they wouldn't look at them twice, but back then it was absolute gold dust, because all you had was the film and the action figures and and your imagination, really. So
yeah,
it just grabbed me, and I'm still gripped all this time later. It's crazy. I don't know how it got its hooks in, but it never let go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. When you were telling me that you came in at the cantina scene, I was wondering, how many years would it have been until you saw the entire movie? Because that's the way it was. I definitely remember not actually seeing the entire film of The Empire Strikes Back until, many years later I was able to sit all the way through it. I definitely picked it up in pieces and piecemeal as a kid, and then finally, years later, saw it all, from start to finish.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, kids now. I mean, I was saying this to somebody this morning. A university student down in London's doing a paper, and he got in touch and said, "can I have a few words about, about Star Wars and this, that, and the other?" And I've done that a few times over the years and recently. And I'm just trying to say, how back then. Now a kid could pick up I'm talking to you on my phone. I've got Skype on my phone, so I'm talking to you on my phone. A kid could pick up his phone and have the entire original trilogy on his phone, or all 6 movies, or a whole season of Rebels if he wanted, and just watch it when he or she wants to watch it. We, back in the day, Star Wars was released in '77 in the States. 78, essentially 78 in the UK.
Sure.
Came out on video end of 82 when it was also on the television. So there's nearly 5 years you had to wait for Star Wars. You know, apart from pirate videos, which of course were the thing back in the late 70s, early 80s, and goodness knows I saw Jedi on pirate video for the first time. So,
me too.
You know, it was all out there. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it was a different world. So to see a Star Wars film, actually watch a whole Star Wars film top to bottom, you either had to go and rent it from the video store because video sales were, you know, to buy a video cassette then was like £100.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy.
Wow.
You just couldn't buy them. It was a privilege. You know, watching Star Wars, Empire or Jedi or Raiders, you know, was literally a privilege, and kids now can watch them at will whenever they want. So it's a totally different world.
Yeah.
Totally different world.
It's in a way democratized in a lot of ways, where it's just everywhere, and you can access it in so many more ways. And you know, it makes it easy to watch it and makes it easy to love. But I don't know. I feel like, you know, holding it in your head for so long and imagining so much. With you know, just toys or storybooks or comics, it really did foster something that I think is unique to our generation of Star Wars fans.
I wouldn't
I
change.
agree. I very much agree with that. Yeah. Very much agree.
I wouldn't change a thing about it. I loved watching it on TV. I loved my parents kept buying me the trilogy on VHS. I love putting the figures of my mom's plants and thinking it was Endor. And
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast. My childhood rocked, you know, and I wouldn't change that. You know, I don't care that we didn't have computers and all that stuff.
No.
You know, we used to look through Toy Fair magazine. We're like, oh my God, we got a picture.
I didn't look at Toy Fair magazine. I didn't get that.
No,
not at all.
But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, it was great. It's exactly what you said. It's just, you know, the movie, the toys, and your imagination, and it was excellent.
Yeah. So I feel like for me and for a lot of people, Star Wars, when it went away, it was harder to find people to talk about Star Wars with, to kind of like say like, oh yeah, we are people who get this movie on a very deep level. Did that happen? Did that happen to you? And did that happen? And kind of what if so, what did you see bring you back, or what did you see the culture kind of come around to?
It's funny, you know, because when after Ewoks and Droids and Caravan of Courage and, you know, Jedi had come out with video in 86, and, you know, and it did go quiet, and then obviously West End released their role playing game in 87, so that was a big deal. But for us, it's funny. For me personally, that was a hugely busy time as a Star Wars fan, because me and an old friend of mine, John Hicks, who was best man at my wedding, still one of my best friends. Me and him used to make these audio cassettes. So we'd do all these silly, goofy audio cassettes. Now, because like the Young Ones was big back then, and, you know, Monty Python wasn't actually that long ago.
Right. I had Monty Python cassettes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everybody had those in the Goons and all that sort of stuff. So we used to do all these really silly, off the wall, really filthy, totally non-political. Before political correctness was even considered, the stuff we did was terrible. Couldn't play them to anybody these days, but we love them. But one of the things we did, because we were both Star Wars fans, we started to do Star Wars audio. So this is 85, 86. So we did about 17 audio dramas. So we were only up 15, 16.
No way.
With cassette recorders and stuff. Sadly, when he moved house in 1990, the whole library was lost. We've got bits of stuff left, but not much. So it's heartbreaking. I've still got the covers. We wrote all the stories were written down. They all got used in our short stories and stuff. But you know, all this stuff we did. So sort of 85, 86 through to about 89, we were constantly making audio dramas and writing stories and role play. So the role play took off like crazy. So we were doing all of our own original, it was set in our original part of the galaxy, the setting sector, and we got all of our own characters. So
yeah, you were prime time for that.
Sorry?
You were prime time for that age. Perfectly.
Oh, totally, absolutely. Totally. I mean, we get together every Sunday, every Wednesday. The whole group would get together, role play constantly. So we had a very regular role play group. I never GM'd; it was never my thing. I was always a player character. Cool. John was mostly the GM. He's a brilliant GM. and still does a lot to do with role play today. He runs his own company, but we from 87 to about 94, 95, it was at least once a week, if not twice. It's just consistent. So the Star Wars was, when real inverted commas real Star Wars was having a quiet, like the dark times as we call it, that quiet period. Our Star Wars, which feels just as real to me, our stuff that we did was crazy busy. So it was a great period for us.
That's amazing, and it's great you got to share that with friends and really keep that alive. Because there are so many people who don't get to have that core group of friends, and that's awesome. I love to hear these stories of people just kind of keeping it alive, and then when Lucasfilm almost catches up to the fans in that way, it catches up to you with doing role playing and devising your entire stories. I mean, you're like, all right, so we have our canon, and then they're essentially guided characters. How does that jive with what you're doing, right?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we just got so into it.
Yeah.
I mean, we were doing. I mean, the first Star Wars website that I worked on in '96. The whole point was to set up a setting sector source book. So, we got at that time we got like 1,200 characters, 300 planets, 500 vehicles, 200 stories. It was insane. Wow. We actually sat down and worked out that at the time we had our own bigger fictional universe, even though it was Star Wars, but our own with all of it than D&D had at the time. It was monstrously big, yeah. So and everything linked together. So it was a continuous story. We've got stories set sort of at the dawn of the Star Wars galaxy, all the way through to sort of 40 years after Jedi. So all following our characters in this their own part of the galaxy. So it was huge fun.
Yeah. You may not remember, but you had sent me a few stories about a year ago, and I did take a look, and they were very good.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, I enjoyed those. Yeah, I still have them on my in my Star Wars folder on my computer, and I take a look whenever I get a chance. But this it's been so much fun to check out all the canon literature this year too as well. It's been unbelievable. I'm still catching up. I still have short stories to read. There's like 4 short stories that were released in the past week or two that that I have not even had a look at.
Oh, I mean, I don't even pretend to be able to keep up with everything, and I'd really love to. The novels, I kind of get to skim read them so I can get enough of a sense of them to do, a review along with some of the other guys on the site who'll give me some insight because they may have read it or they might have only read the first half and I might read the second. That sort of thing.
So that's the way to do it.
Just trying. It's the only way at the moment. It's crazy. With everything that's coming out. I mean, and we want to do more coverage on Jedi news, reviews and stuff, and just make sure we're across as much as we can. But there literally isn't enough hours in the day. I wish there was. I really want to read everything.
Oh, I know. So you're a pretty big collector, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few pictures here and there. Yeah, what is collecting looking like for you now? How is it being done? Are you going to the brick and mortar shops at all? How is it being stocked over there? Because up until I'd say about a week ago, it was slim pickings over here. There was almost nothing to be found since Force Friday.
It's funny. I mean, in terms of collecting, I mean, I always say this because James obviously does the collector's cast as well. And,
sure.
And James is very much a collector. And I say, well, I collect, but you're a collector.
Got it.
And in terms of size of collection, there's not an awful lot of difference between the scale of our collections. He tends to get bigger things. He collects all the figures and lots of the statues and bigger stuff like that. Whereas mine's more sort of trading cards, books and comics. Mine's more of the paper stuff.
Sure.
So plus, I've got a big Star Trek collection as well. I've got 10,000 American comics. I've got all sorts of film stuff, Indiana Jones. So my total collection in numbers is probably bigger than James's, but mine's smaller stuff. So
different focus.
I think the two collections would sit together really nicely, actually, if they ever converged at some point in the future. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't tend to buy the figures, but a lot of the guys on the site do. So, and they've been saying the same. It's tough to find certain things. Things are coming in, and it's just difficult to find. I mean, lately for me, because I like the ephemera, I like all the little fiddly things. I'm just as happy picking up, a brochure in a shop that's got Star Wars stuff in it, or a women's magazine that might have a Carrie Fisher interview in it. That's the sort of thing I'm chasing after at the moment. So
I
it's
do
all
love
the
that
weird
stuff.
little things. Yeah, it's just interesting, and I think in the collection as well, it's it's unusual because I like laying out the shelves, and I've got very deep shelves on sort of metal racking and stuff. So they
nice.
kind of look more like dioramas than shelves.
Yeah.
Which is fun. It's part of the fun. And I try and change it up, and because you got to dust the damn things.
Oh, of course, yeah.
As any collector knows. So just moving them around, it's fun. So yeah, I do enjoy that side of it. But I collect as opposed to being a collector. I'm not a completist. I don't lie awake at night, chewing my knuckles, thinking, I haven't got that. Whatever. I think, I'll get it somewhere down the road. Because when comics was my main thing back in the 80s and 90s, my comic collecting was the big thing for me. And I remember missing issues of like Sensational She-Hulk when John Byrne was doing it for 2 or 3 years, and then travelling up to Manchester to a comic convention and finding it in a rack of comics when I wasn't expecting to find it, and just the buzz I used to get from picking up a missing issue was just the best high ever.
That is 100%. Yeah,
I miss that. It's a thrill of the chase, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. And yeah, I'm I was a big collector back in the 90s. When I was, I was turning 13, and I was a primetime collector of comics then, and I put it down for about 20 years, and the short series The Star Wars brought me back, and it's been an upward trajectory from there ever since 2013 when that came out, and I'm pretty deep into Marvel again, and I'm pretty deep into definitely the Star Wars comics, and yeah, who knows how far this rabbit hole goes. But I love finding those back issues. When you're not even expecting it, and I that's the beauty of collecting, and it's kind of why I do it. I love the thrill of finding something unexpected, for sure. I mean, I think your relationship with James would probably mirror my relationship with Chris, who is definitely the figure collector here and the mask collector and the statue collector. I mean, he is one of the only people I know outside of Steve Sansweet who has a full-size Captain Rex.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, life-size Captain. He really is. He has that. He has...
that was definitely a wow factor. Like, they drove it up from Chicago. And, when that van pulled up and my neighbors probably think I'm crazy because it looked like a wrapped up body, like in bubble wrap.
Oh my gosh.
And they walked into my house, and I was just like, I just looked at my girl, and I was like, oh my God, like it's here. That was great. That was a good moment.
Now you need a life-size Captain Rex that's, the older Captain Rex who's a little stauncher, a little more portly.
Yeah,
for sure. So okay, I got a good one for you. Who for a person who collects more of the comics and some of the older ephemera. All right. So over the summer, I love collecting old paperbacks. A paperback with a great cover, a great sci-fi paperback. I love it. Those are the ones that really get me, and they're usually $1 or $2, and you find this amazing this amazing book, and you check it out, and even if I don't read it, I mean, just to have like the cover of it, it's awesome. Yeah. So I found one in a used bookstore in Gloucester, Mass, and it was called Star Fighters. Okay, I don't know if you've heard of this, but
no.
I paid about $11 for it, and it was in plastic, and it had I got to post pictures of this thing. I've been holding on to them for a while because I haven't been able to write up an article on it, but it has the original Star Wars logo, the one that kind of like pushes back like the crawl, like the very original ones, and it is one of the it is one of the most blatant ripoffs of Star Wars that I've ever seen in my life, and it is just so bad. Like instead of Darth Vader, I think there's like Lord Blorg. I think I mentioned it on the show. I mentioned it on the show a couple of months ago. It's so funny, and I come to find out there's a trilogy. So I start getting on the hunt for the Starfighters trilogy. And bless the author who wrote these. I wish them well, but my gosh, this was such a ripoff. It's unbelievable, and if you ever happen to come across it, definitely check it out, because they are really interesting pieces from the late 70s, early 80s. That you just won't find that stuff again.
That's the sort of stuff Paul Bateman's always looking for, because Paul's always looking. Obviously, he does Star Wars influences, and he's always looking for things that influenced Star Wars, but he also loves things that were influenced by Star Wars. So he's always looking around and finding these like crazy, like say, posters or book covers or magazines from like Poland or Hungary or way out east. All these crazy things that you go, well, that's obviously that's a Wookiee. That's a Wookiee. What's going on?
Clearly,
or whatever it might be. Humanoid is the one he always points at. The film Humanoid is like just a very low budget remake of Star Wars. Great fun.
Oh yeah, I haven't thought about that film in almost 30 years. I for sure. Yeah. My God. Yeah. I worked in a video store in the early 90s, so I definitely saw these covers quite a bit. Humanoid. Wow. I gotta go look I gotta look at that one back up. So yeah. What else do you collect as far as American comics and as far as British comics too? What are you collecting?
American stuff. I mean, back in the day, I was very much into the whole X-Men stuff. So when how long back it was when I started getting American stuff, it was X-Men was basically just Uncanny X-Men and New Mutants, and that was it.
Oh, so
I think Magic had just come out, Beauty and the Beast was just about to come out. It was that sort of era. And then so I stuck with that, and then of course that just exploded because the amount of titles just got silly. But then because I was a Marvel kid really at heart, because I used to get Marvel UK stuff, so like Spider-Man and Defenders and Hulk and all that sort of stuff.
Cool.
Not so much the DC stuff.
No,
just really into the Marvel stuff. Secret Wars, I was nuts about that. The original Secret Wars, and all that kind of era. But my favourite artist was a guy called John Byrne.
I love John Byrne.
He was doing Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
And and so I was madly into Alpha Flight. Loved his run on Fantastic Four. Obviously loved his run on X-Men because of Days of Future Past and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, the best.
Just awesome. And then of course John Romita Jr. was doing it, who's one of my absolute favourites. But then John Byrne left, sort of jumped ship, went over to DC, did Man of Steel, then did Legends, and I was like, I couldn't not go and read that. And one of my favourite, and I've got to tell you this little story, one of my favourite books as a kid, my uncle gave me this great big thick, sort of 2-inch thick book called Superman from the 30s to the 70s.
Whoa!
And it basically was all the key Superman stories from the very first one in Action Comics all the way through to stuff in sort of to about 75, 76 when Clark was working. He wasn't working at the Daily Planet, he was working at some TV station those days, and I just read this book cover to cover, and I was a kid, so me being me, I decided, because it was all black and white, I decided I was going to colour it in, so I get my felt tip pens, I'm colouring in every little picture of Superman. and the very first comic convention I went to, and I still regret it, but there's a happy ending, I took this book. And because I wanted to get, I'd got my eyes on like X-Men Annual 8, Arthur Adams' first X-Men Annual, and all these other things that I wanted to get. I traded in the 12 Star Trek photo novels and this Superman book. Man. Thankfully, happy story, it took me 30 years, but I got that Superman book. I found it and bought it at a convention about 6 months ago. So I've got that book again, which I was so happy about. It's actually New York Comic Con, so it wasn't actually that long ago. So I picked it up there, and the photo novels, I only need one, and I was replacing them all. So it's a happy ending. But so I was well versed on Superman, but knowing that John Byrne was such a mega star at the time, sort of 85, that they allowed him to reboot Superman, depower him a little bit, so he wasn't like a god, and he was doing, he'd done Man of Steel, so he was doing Action Comics, drawing Action Comics. He was, I think he was he was writing Adventures of Superman. He was drawing Superman, and Carl Kessel was doing the backgrounds. He was all over it, and doing other stuff as well. So I became a DC kid as well. So at one point, I think I was collecting 30 titles a month. Wow. It was insane.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah,
it was crazy. But I was one of those kids. When I was old enough to go out and drink, I'd have a beer. I still have the odd beer now and again.
Of course,
not much. Not a crazy drink. I have to be careful these days for health reasons. I've never smoked never done anything else that I shouldn't have done. I never gambled. I was a pretty good kid. So all my money and wages would go on rent because I happily lived at home till I was 30. Quite happily lived at home till then. Rent and buying goofy sci-fi stuff and comics, which I've still got all of it. It's still all there.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. My comic collecting came to an abrupt end the first day I kissed a girl. That's pretty much it. Also, the Age of Apocalypse started, and I thought, I don't know why my feeble 15-year-old mind thought that it was literally everything was going to change and never be the same again, because in 6 months it just changed back. But yeah, the Age of Apocalypse in 1995, 96.
I've got to say, it is so weird you say that, because there's two things that stop me collecting comics, full on collecting comics. Age of Apocalypse and the Spider Clone story, and they were both 1995, and they just did nothing for me. So I used to get I used to get all the Spidey titles. I got every issue of Web of Spider-Man, the whole run. Spectacular, going back to the sort of late 70s, the whole thing. And Amazing, I still collect Amazing Spider-Man, but that just stopped me dead. But then of course by 95, Star Wars was. I mean, Trek. I'm a big Trek fan, so Trek was at its peak. 95, 96. First Contact, DS9 season 3 and 4. It was just absolutely smashing it. So
it was a
Trek
machine.
was a big thing for me. Absolutely. Star Wars was more. Sansweet was doing the Galaxy magazine and all that sort of stuff. So there was more stuff going on there, and so it was all starting to build. So. And you can only collect so much.
Oh yeah, for sure.
95, like around that time, that's when Power of the Force. That's when like the toys started gearing back up again.
Kind of
right?
where that started back up too. Yeah. I mean that's right around when I read the Essential Guide to Characters at my buddy Brian's house, and I remember just like everyone was kind of hanging out with the black light on. We were listening to I think Silverchair and Bush that day. And
Bush, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Razorback Suitcase, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, it was mid 90s, we were teenagers, and yeah, he happened to have the Essential Guide to Characters, and like the whole, like for some reason I had not paid attention to the expanded universe at that point. Heir to the Empire went over my head, like it happened. I'm like, is it really canon? It's next to all the Star Trek books, which I wasn't really into at the time either, because I was all about the TV shows. I was like, well, that's where the action is. These are kind of like, I don't know. I just couldn't, I couldn't get my head around it at that point. That much material. I don't know why. I like to say focused on what was on the screen at the time. My opinions have changed, but it was this thing, and I remember just reading the Boba Fett entry in the Essential Guide to Characters and be like, oh, he had all this. This story between Han and Luke, and when they talk about it in Empire, that's what they're talking, and it just blew my mind. And that, like, I remember sitting there being like, I'm not one of these people who just like Star Wars. I love, like, it's part of me, and it kind of reaffirmed that once again, and that was a big deal for pulling me back in. Yeah, for sure. Oh man, I you mentioned something about comics, and I totally forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, we need to come back and do like just a straight up comic cast, because over the summer I decided like, okay, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to roll deep and buy every single one of the new Secret Wars crossover titles, and I did it. I did it. I did it. I have every single one.
Hats off.
Yeah, no, it was it was something. I don't know what it is. I haven't read them, but
I've read about the first 4 or 5. I've been getting the John Tyler Christopher action figure covers, which just look amazing, like the Star Wars ones do.
They're beautiful.
Because I got some of the old Secret Wars figures back in the day, so I've still got my Wolverine, still got my Spider-Man with the little shield, and all that.
I need to find my Spider-Man.
But they're just, because of the amount. I mean, Secret Wars 2 was ridiculous. The 1 month, I think it was the June or July of 85, Secret Wars 2 had like so many crossovers. And of course I was getting Amazing Spider-Man, so because obviously the black suit had turned up in the first Secret Wars, and
blew my mind.
You had exactly, and so there was crossovers there was a Defenders crossover, there was a Daredevil crossover, obviously Uncanny X-Men with Phoenix going freaky, and all the the Fantastic Four one when She-Hulk was in Fantastic Four for that while, and all the things that were happening then, it was just crazy. Just I love that era. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was an amazing era for Marvel. I had all of the I had all of those Secret Wars action figures. Those when the Star Wars action figures went away. That's what I moved on to. Because I already done He-Man. I wasn't really into G.I. Joe yet, but those Secret Wars action figures were like the black suit Spider-Man that blew my mind. And I remember my mom bringing home Kang, and I'm like, "Who's Kang?" I'm like, "No, this guy's kind of I didn't like Kang the Conqueror." Yeah, no,
yeah,
he was like, no, I like Doctor Doom. I liked I liked Spider-Man, but no, Kang was out. Captain America was great.
Cap was good. Yeah.
Those are good figures.
No, they really were.
Oh yeah. We definitely have to come back and do a Marvel cast. I think for sure.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So the Star Trek that I was really into when I was young, and I definitely got into the original series and Next Generation pretty heavy. But I remember loving the animated series, which was on reruns on Nickelodeon in the United States during the mid '80s, and I loved those, and they had that 70s sci-fi feel to them that was just awesome, and that was really my Star Trek at the time when I was a little kid.
That's cool because they kind of get overlooked now, obviously because they couldn't. I mean, NBC weren't ever going to make more Star Trek at that time because demographics didn't come in till after Star Trek had finished, and then of course it hit the university circuit, the college circuit, and then they suddenly look at the figures and realise that the key demographic that they wanted to aim at, Trek was knocking it. It was better than any show on television, and they were like, but Roddenberry was a hard guy to work with, so he didn't do himself any favors, and but getting them all back for the animated show, and there's some really cool, there's some interesting facts about that era. The fact that they couldn't afford to get Walter Koenig back, but they got him back as a writer. I think he wrote The Infinite Vulcan and a couple of other episodes, and and so all of the cast were involved on to one degree or another. And I think they only did about 22 episodes, but it's. And it kind of mirrors what they did with Ewoks and Droids in a weird way. Obviously less cast members were required for that. It was obviously only Anthony Daniels, really. But it kept Trek alive to a degree, for a time. And and it gave them the breathing space. I mean, it's not that long after the animated series that they started working on Phase 2, which took forever and a day to get going. And thankfully, it didn't get going because Phase 2 became. Basically became Star Trek the motion picture.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Those were first-rate scripts. Those scripts were written. Weren't they written originally for like live-action TV, and they were adapted for animated, or was there? Something
I think some of the scripts. That's another thing that happens a lot with Trek. I mean, I think some of the scripts were knocking around for a long time. I think that was always a thought, but I think once they realised that they'd never get the budget to do live action again, certainly at that time. At that point, that they were allowed or gave themselves the latitude to do slightly more outlandish things. Obviously, you had more alien characters on the bridge. I mean, there was one of the I forget what series it was. One of the Larry Niven characters. That what was the cat type creature called? I forget what it was called.
Oh God, I can't remember at all. I remember an weird orange guy and.
That's it. So they could have all these like really freaky aliens on the bridge. But I mean, when they got to doing Phase 2, and they'd written a lot of scripts for Phase 2, and of course at the time Nimoy didn't want to come back, so they'd recast the Vulcan character. So that was all in hand, and then they'd written all these scripts. And when they got to season 2 of Next Gen, they had the writers' strike. One of the scripts, I think it was first episode of season 2, The Child, that was actually originally written for Star Trek Phase 2, so they were dusting off old scripts, so whereas it was Riker and Troy. Well, Riker and Troy basically Leia and Decker, weren't they? So so they took this old script and dusted it off. So I find Star Trek fascinating. In the same way that I love Star Wars, I love the behind the scenes stuff. And I love Trek because I find the behind the scenes stuff fascinating. I'm a wrestling fan, and I find the backstage stuff fascinating. The whole all that. So it's never just what you see on the screen for me. It's always the stuff that's going on behind it. I think is just almost equally as fascinating in most cases.
It absolutely is. That kind of brings a point. I'm ready to watch Empire of Dreams one more time. That entire 4-hour documentary, because I want that was just. It's almost forgotten about, I feel like, right now. But that documentary was unbelievable, blew my mind, and educated me so much. And I think it's time to go back in these last few days and kind of check that out one more time and get that, it really gets that vibe for what it was back then. But I as far as wrestling is concerned, I do love the backstage drama and the behind the scenes. That's what fascinates me about wrestling more than anything else, for sure. Oh yeah. Mark, it's late where you are. I don't want to keep you too long. I just want 2 more questions from you.
No problem.
Do you have a favorite character from the Star Wars saga?
I would say if you had to ask me cold night to give you an answer in not 5 seconds, I'd say Han Solo, because it's Han Solo. It's just the coolest guy. And I think most kids who were into Star Wars, even if he wasn't their favorite, would kind of have some at least sneaky admiration for Han, because he had the cool ship, he got the girl, he had the coolest co-pilot, he was just awesome. But I've always had, even when I was writing my fan fiction years ago, and still do now, that one of the latest things I'd written had Lando in it. I've always thought Lando was a fascinating character.
Oh yeah,
he got such a bad rap. He's like that whole situation on Bespin. He had no control over it.
Heart of gold.
And just a great character. And he got by on his charm. He's kind of like he was almost like the Roger Moore James Bond character. He
totally
was kind of suave but very capable. He was a bit of a huckster, but with charm. I think Lando and Watto would have got on great because they're both kind of always, looking for the angle.
Oh, can you imagine them haggling?
It'd be brilliant.
Oh yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
Oh.
And also I think now as well. I was talking about this morning with Adam on the Jogcast. About the casting in The Force Awakens. How a lot of attention is brought now to the fact we've got a female lead and a black British actor is one of the lead actors, and
Sure.
the whole diversity perspective of the cast of the films. And I think back now, and I think, well, me as like 11, 12-year-old kid, white kid, there weren't any black kids at school where I lived.
Right.
And plenty of girls, obviously,
Yep.
but not it just wasn't in my social. It's just not how it was where I lived,
Of course, yeah.
But there you go. Pretty much my favourite character as a kid was this older, obviously, black character in a Star Wars film. Didn't matter that he was black in a Star Wars film, and it was just the character I identified with. And I think it's so exciting now that equally that we talk and say how girls are going to be, it's great for girls because they've got Rey and they've got Phasma and they've got this, that, and the other. And I think, well, I promise you, I'm just as excited to see what happens to Rey as anybody else, male or female.
Yeah.
I just think that's the magic of Star Wars, is that you latch onto the character. It doesn't matter who's playing them or what they look like. You just latch onto the character. So yeah, not many other galaxies can, or stories or plots can grab you in that respect, quite like Star Wars does.
No, I think that's a great point, and you know what? It's gonna be great for boys growing up too to see that female character and be able to admire Rey and really look up to that. Yeah, because I think that's just absolutely fantastic, and amazing. I was like fantasing. I don't know. Last question for you. You have Lando. That's an amazing answer. Our answer would probably be like Weo Slia or Oppo Rancisis. That's kind of what we gravitate towards. That's kind of what we do on our show.
Good answer.
We literally give out an award to Oppo every week. That's kind of what we do. But
he's kind of earned it.
He has, and we met the voice of Oppo about a month ago, and he was unbelievable. Jerome Blake, who played Masamita as well.
Jerome, yeah. I'm friends with Jerome. Yeah.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a good guy.
Great guy. We really presented him gifts. We were like, we have art we've commissioned for you. We'd just like you to have it. We're just like, we really appreciate what you did for the show, and we were fascinated and captivated by our characters. And it was great to meet him. But
that's very cool.
So my last question being, what character from The Force Awakens has captivated you the most?
That's
captivated your imagination, and
just got me excited to see what they do.
Yeah, like you see their look, you see like what's up with them, Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, well, I think I was saying this to somebody the other day. There's no character in Star Wars that I don't like for one reason or another, be they cool or a great villain or a lovable goof. There's no characters I look at in Star Wars and go, well, that doesn't fit, or that doesn't seem right, or I'm not, it doesn't work for me. So everything I've seen in The Force Awakens so far, I'm really excited to see Phasma. What comes of that character? I think that just looks the business, and I'm really interested to see how she plays it, and the whole command vibe of it. We've not seen Snoke yet. I've seen a couple of sketches, but who knows if that's how it turned out. So if that turns out the way the sketches look, then that would be pretty darn cool. So I'm curious that we've heard him, so he sounds menacing. But really, and we'll step aside from the existing characters that we know and love, because we obviously want to see where they are and what they've done and where they've been.
Right.
BB-8's just a delight. He's a superstar already.
Oh yeah.
I'm really curious. I've got to say, the character I gravitate to when I'm watching the trailers, my eye gets drawn to, and I'm thinking, I can't wait to find out more about you. It is Rey.
Cool.
And when it all started, I thought, I think Finn's going to be the guy, because Boyega's just awesome. He's so funny and natural, and he's going to be great value for us as fans over the years. At conventions and doing different things, and in future films, he's going to go on and do amazing stuff.
Yeah,
but I think Rey, because we don't know much about Daisy, and she's gorgeous and she's funny and she's cute and she's just adorable, so it's great to have a lady like her around. But just watching her on screen, it's just that when she's kicking ass, she looks like she can really go. When she's just sitting there looking pensive, you just want to go up and give her a hug. She just feels to me like she's going to touch all the bases and just feel very real, as much as you can in a fictional galaxy, which let's be honest, as fans, both of us, for years and years and years and years and years, we kind of feel like we live there anyway. So what's real anyway?
Right.
There is no spoon. It's all there. So but I think it probably. I would say Rey. She's the one that I'm really curious to see where they go with her.
That's awesome. I was gonna say, I wanted to see what what Warwick Davis's character was. But, you had a way better answer than me. But, no,
I think Rey's inside BB-8. You have a gerbil inside a hamster wheel. Whatever. I think it's just Warwick sitting there just on a treadmill running really fast.
That could be true. I think Rey, she... Daisy Ridley chews up the scenery. She steals every scene that we've seen her in so far. And, very, very good pick. Mark Newbold, thank you so much for your time. It has been a pleasure to have you on Brews and Blasters. We're going to have to get you on again real soon.
I'd love to, anytime. I've wanted to come on for ages, so I'm really pleased we managed to sort it out. It's been great fun.
Thank you so much for staying up late into the night. We're going to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate it.
Brilliant. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Joe. That's fantastic.
Awesome. Take it easy.
Cheers.
Wow, so that was a pretty crazy interview with Mark Newbold, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We had a great time talking to him. I can't believe how far it ranged. Everything from Star Wars to learning a little bit more about the UK to Star Trek. We talked Trek on this show.
Yeah.
For the first time, I think ever. And I had a great time doing it. And Marvel. We did it all. We're going to have Mark back on. We're going to talk, we might even have to have like separate podcasts to talk, get deep into, roll deep in some geekery right there.
Yeah, we totally could have spent a lot more time talking to him.
Yeah. And we thank him so much for coming on the show. Man, it was a good time. Yeah, because we know it's late over there. It's nighttime here. It's getting late here. Well, while you guys were listening to that, we went and watched Legacy from Star Wars Rebels. Whew, man, that was that might be one of my favorite episodes ever.
Very serious.
Yeah.
Episode.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. Yeah, I didn't know if it was gonna be like a very serious thing. No.
Well, I was backtracking because I don't know if the people listening have watched it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to give away any big things.
Yeah, we're gonna delve into it. I mean, by this time it's been out for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about Legacy. So I think it was a beautiful episode.
Yeah.
Like the way they went into Ezra's premonitions, they showed them in true Star Wars fashion, and I mean, he kind of had like a Lion King moment, but like it was also kind of like his Tatooine moment too.
Yeah.
Without the music, but there was some Twin Suns. It wasn't like the orange and red palette, but it was the blues. Mm-hmm. It was very, very interesting. I'm very struck by that last scene. Man, I just kept on paying attention to Ezra's disposition. He was anxious. He was reckless. He was angry.
A lot. He was angry a lot.
Yeah. And I wonder if these dark blues, I wonder if he's going to go darker. He's very thankful, though. He's such an interesting character because he's very, very temperamental, but he's also kind of like a good kid.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't know.
No, I hate it because at one moment, he's like, number one, his fighting skills have improved big time.
He's unbelievable now.
And he's fearless at this point. I mean, he just ran right into action.
I think he might have been able to take on those two Inquisitors for a couple of minutes there.
And then what?
And then. And then. But yeah, no, I mean, he took out Callus.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he had a minute, he could have killed Callus.
Right. But yeah, he gets he's like filled with hatred, and then he appreciates everything.
Well, I mean, all those feelings well up, and maybe he feels a little guilty for being so angry, and he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know? Like, he gets it.
Yeah, letting his guard down, and then he's like...
And Kanan kind of just, like, running like, all right, man.
Yeah, work through it, kid.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very, very interesting. Kanan with the whipping out the blaster.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while.
That was pretty cool.
Very interesting. Yeah, maybe he just got tired of using the lightsaber. It's like, yeah, take a break.
Yeah, he's like, I want to hide behind these boxes for once.
Yeah, I like hiding behind the boxes.
Yeah.
It was very old school that way.
Yeah.
It felt like a long episode. So much happened.
Yeah, well, there was so much dialogue. And it was funny because when you were like, hey, is this an extra long episode? And I was like, and I looked at the phone and I'm like, no, but it feels like it's been on for an hour.
But it was like, there was 5 minutes left. And in that 5 minutes, they told Ezra's entire story on Lothal.
Yeah, basically.
It was like, okay, yeah, I'm just going to, have this entire conversation with a brand new character right there.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Very, very interesting. I love the way this show is going. It's getting better and better every episode. Very, very interesting.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I really am loving how this is all playing out. I can't say enough about it. Yeah, I guess I can't say enough about it because I'm all done. Yeah, pretty awesome.
So Clancy Brown.
Yeah, Clancy Brown showed back.
Yeah.
Showed up. He was like, yeah. Like, hey, kid.
Yeah.
What's up?
Your parents saved our lives.
The end.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like Clancy Brown.
I was kind of hoping, like, when he was like, I'm Ezra Bridger, he would go, is that you, brother? I was kind of hoping for that, but didn't happen.
Oh, you thought possibly that this could have been his brother?
No, I just want him to say it again.
Because of...
Brother?
Yeah. Savage.
Oh, yeah. I gotta watch those episodes again. Those were awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The one with him and the snake?
Yeah.
Walking around in the junk planet?
Yep.
Pretty cool.
And then doesn't he just like force choke him?
Yeah, he's like, you're dead now.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for showing me where Maul is.
Yeah. Even. Yeah. That was an episode, all right.
Yeah, that happened. It did.
Okay. Some might say it didn't happen, but it all happened. Oh man, where are we here? Where are we? What are we doing? Besides Rebels, yeah. I forget. Oh yeah, The Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's happening, man. We need to swap out the music here. That's talking about Rebels music for this episode. We'll see that goodbye. And we'll talk about The Force Awakens with... what should we do?
I think we should
Any requests?
Yeah. The Ninja Turtles arcade game music.
Yeah, you got it.
That's a good one.
The Force Awakens! Up. I hit something.
Oh.
Something happened, sorry. Yeah, I got too excited now. So, Chris, next week, everything ends. It's all over next week.
Isn't it crazy?
Everything that we have, all of our preconceived notions end next week. It's all done.
All this build-up for this moment.
Yeah.
It's happening.
For a moment like this.
Yeah.
You know, Chris, some people waited a lifetime for a moment like this.
Yeah, I think we're those people.
Yeah. Sometimes they do. Yeah, I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but
I don't either.
I don't know. Yeah, man. I can't believe that it's all gonna change, though. Everything we know about the old movies is gonna change. Everything we know about the prequel movies is gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
The way we watch those movies is never gonna be the same. So watch them now, because your perspective about them is not gonna be the same after you watch these new movies. It's all going to change. Just like it did when you watched the prequel movies after you watched the original trilogy. You knew more about the galaxy, you knew more about the backstories. So much more of the world and the galaxy was expanded. And that's going to happen again. Because you're going to know what led to these events.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to know so much more about everything, about things that happened that you didn't even see coming.
Right.
Yeah. We know a lot of things that happened, but there's a lot that we still don't know that we didn't see coming, and the connections that are going to be made are going to be unexpected.
Yeah.
They're going to blow our minds. And it's going to be different from there on in. So it's coming to an end in a lot of ways.
Or a beginning.
It's also a beginning. Yes, I was going to get to that. Yes, I was focusing on the end first. Wrap it up, you know? Wrap it up, and then we start the new.
I'm like, but I don't want it to end.
But it's over. Well, you know, Chris, a lot of people don't. They're getting a little ornery out there. They're getting a little antsy. You know? There are some people who are like, well, I don't know, they're getting a little worried. Like, what if it doesn't meet my expectations? What if...
Oh, I'm not even worried about that.
You know, what if they're... You know, it has a lot to do to really be this great. You know, like, it has to be great. And I'm walking in there, and you know what they're doing? They're doing what they said they never do. They're walking in there with expectations and preconceived notions of what that movie should be. And that's the mistake. They're making the mistake. They went down the dark path. Right there.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I heard this before, because when I started my new job, and I took over for the guy that's been there for like 15 years.
Yeah.
I heard this a lot of all the different, from different people. They're like, you have big shoes to fill, kid. And I'm like, yeah, and guess what? Now I'm destroying it.
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, you know, things are working now that haven't worked in years, and you're fixing things.
Yeah.
So guess what? It's going to be amazing.
Wow. So they weren't like, I don't know. Kind of like the other one better.
Yeah, he drank a lot of coffee, and you drink tea. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know if it, I just don't see it being like that. Yeah, it's nothing like that. But the thing is, people are beginning to, I don't even know if everyone's aware of these notions they have, and they're walking in with these expectations of being blown away, like sitting down, hands folded, wow me. That ain't the way to do it.
No.
That ain't the way to do it. You know what you do? You sit down, you close your eyes, you take a deep breath for a second and say, I'm here, I'm watching Star Wars, hit me. Let it hit me, let it wash over me. Like, just let it all happen. You know?
Yeah.
Go on the ride. Go on the ride.
I'm not
Here
worried
we go.
About stuff like that.
That's why we start the show. Here we go. We're on the ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know you're not worried about it. I'm not worried about it either.
Not one bit.
I'm going to scream louder than I've ever screamed in my life.
And that's why we're seeing the movie twice.
That's true.
Because we're going to miss a ton of dialogue.
No, I mean, I'm not going to stop.
I'm going to go deaf in my right ear because of Joe.
Yeah, I'm just going to scream for 2 hours. It's just going to be that. It's going to be that the entire time.
Oh, you know what you should do?
What happened?
When we go to the midnight showing, and we sit down, you should go, and...
Oh, man.
You should do that.
You think I should do that?
I mean, nobody will get it but me.
You never know. There may be listeners there.
Oh, man.
If there are listeners, that'll be great.
If after you're done saying that, you would just hear, Brews and Blasters, I'll be like, okay, we got through to that guy.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
We're at the premiere of The Force Awakens, and people are noticing Brews and Blasters and actually care enough to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
From a galaxy far away, it's Brews and Blasters, Rebel Scum and IPAs. It's Brews and Blasters, Sith and Jedi agree. It's the only podcast that you need. Tell your droid to dim the lights. It's Brews and Blasters tonight.
Hey, Chris.
Yep.
We should, you reminded me of something just now. When you talk about The Force Awakens. You know what you reminded me of?
What?
Do you know?
About us talking about The Force Awakens?
Yeah. Do you know what you reminded me of?
No.
You reminded me of Audible.com, kid.
Oh, whoa!
Whoa! Did you know that? You did. Whoa! Yeah. Did you know that for listeners of Brews and Blasters, Audible is offering an audiobook download with a 30-day free trial to give you the opportunity to check out the service?
30 days.
30 days.
Free.
And you get a free audiobook.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, I'm not going to get out of here. It's my house. No. So, do you want to know more about this?
Yes.
I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, come on. Do you want to know more about this?
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing that's ever happened on this show. Oh my god. Oh man. Chris, you can check out.
I'm losing them.
Oh man. You can check out Star Wars Battlefront Twilight Company. You can check out Star Wars The Force Awakens novelization, whatever you want. Or any other audiobook for free by going to audible.com. audibletrial.com/Brews and Blasters.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
I can't feel it.
Wait, what?
I can't feel it.
Say what?
Yeah, I need more from you.
Yeah.
There we go. They have over 180,000 titles. So download your free audiobook by going to audibletrial.com/Brews and Blasters. One more time, Chris.
Audible trial. Audible trial. Oh my god. I'm like, where am I?
Yeah. Internet. Yeah.
www.
audibletrial.com/Brews and Blasters.
That's it.
For your free audiobook.
Yeah.
You didn't get the hand. I don't see the hands.
Oh yeah.
I need more. I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Wow. Can't do it. Can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. And we're back.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But people couldn't see you waving your hand.
That's true.
We have this problem. We talk with our hands too much.
We do. It's our Italian background.
Yeah. If you guys could only see it, just every time you hear a voice, just picture arms flying around.
They would just gesticulate. Yeah, dude. Gesticulate.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. What else do we want to do here? You want to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
You want to talk about the figure arts?
All right. Let's talk about collecting, man.
Yeah, well, all right. So my father got me. Yeah, I
thought that was like my two dads for a second.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what am I saying? So my father got me the Luke Skywalker and the Darth Vader figure art.
Yeah.
And now, if you guys don't know about these, they're like Japanese figures, and the detail is stunning. It's unbelievable, and I'm not even lying. It's probably the best detailed Star Wars action figures that I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
I cannot wait to get them.
Guess who's saying I told you so right now?
Bill.
Yeah,
right.
Lost Star Wars. Our good friend from the Trade Federation, Bill Janowski, who's been telling us for a while now.
Yeah.
That these figures are the best.
He showed me some upcoming figures too, and I mean, I can't stress it enough. Like, if you guys haven't checked them out, SH Figure Arts, they're unbelievable.
I thought they were SF Figure Arts.
I think it's SH.
Whatever. What do I know?
But honestly,
oh man,
and the price is right. You know, they retail for like $40.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I got a Phasma on the way.
Oh, I know.
I can't wait.
It's gonna blow your mind.
Is it alive?
You might need to sit down when you open the box.
I usually do. Oh man, are they alive?
You know something? If I looked any longer into the Luke Skywalker, I swear he blinked.
Really?
Yeah.
If he can blink, what else can he do?
I don't know. I'm actually afraid now.
Jesus. That thing's in your house. Yeah. Right now.
Actually, he's in my dad's house. Sorry, Dad.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man, let's hope he has the wisdom of Master Windu. Oh, Chris. What else is going on collected? What do you got?
Oh, the Boba Fett Elite Series came out.
Boom.
That was pretty cool.
No cape, though.
No cape, yeah.
No ticket.
It's weird. I didn't catch that at first. And I'll tell you, that's the beauty of doing the YouTube reviews, because people are sharp, man. They're very sharp, and they will point it out.
As attack.
Yeah. And it's good, because I'm like, hey, good call, man.
Yeah. But also, you had nothing to complain about on that figure.
No, I did. Yeah.
You were very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, the paint's great, the joints are tight. I have nothing to complain about.
I could retire now. I'm content.
Yep. Then the next day, hey, where's his cape? Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. One thing to complain about: there's no cape.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It is true, and you know, it lessens the figure. And very astute point by your viewer.
Yeah.
Viewer, right? That's what you'd call it.
Yeah, I get it.
YouTube person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A YouTube person.
YouTuber.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess a YouTuber.
Yeah. No, I'm not a tuber?
A tuber?
What?
Are you? I don't know.
No, a potato's a tuber. I'm not a tuber. You're a tuber.
A tuber.
Yeah.
I'll be a tuba.
Kid. Go to band practice. You want to play tuba? What are we doing here? Oh man. Wow. You know, we get some news. We get some news around RetroZap Way.
Yeah, this is exciting news if I'm thinking about what you're thinking about.
Really?
Yeah. Are you thinking?
Ice cream sandwiches!
Yeah!
Oh, man. Was that what you were thinking about?
Now that you said it, I can't stop thinking about that.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I could go for an ice cream sandwich.
Yeah. No chocolate, though. Get out of here, chocolate.
Why do you eat chocolate so much?
I just hate it.
You ate that cookie my wife just made for you.
She said it was red velvet.
It wasn't, though.
No, it wasn't.
Great cook. Not the best baker, but you know what? She loves me and I love her.
Yeah. Hey, what did you think about that powdered sugar?
Delicious.
It is delicious.
Yeah. This is cool music and all, but this isn't as monumentous as what this announcement is.
You know what's funny? Our conversation to the build up to this, we're talking about ice cream sandwiches and cookies and stuff.
In true Brews and Blasters fashion.
Yeah.
All right, now here we go. So, we have some friends joining the RetroZap network. If you haven't heard already, our good friends Rich and Sarah Wolowski over at Skywalking Through Neverland are joining the RetroZap network. So they will be part of the family. You'll be able to get all of their podcasts and other additional blog content over at retrozap.com. And we are very, very proud and happy to bring them to you. And we look forward to start of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, this is exciting.
It's great. We're very, very happy to welcome them in. And, it's been a year. It's been a year, and it's great to see things, wow. It's great to see things expand.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're great people, and
yeah.
I'm really happy that they're
it just kind of fell
coming aboard here.
It just kind of fell in together perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, so we're super excited to welcome them. So, guys, welcome to the network, and we're gonna have them on real soon to talk.
Oh, I love talking to them.
Yeah,
great.
They're great guys.
Look at our rebellion. Look how big it's getting.
Wow.
We have our own alliance now.
We do have a rebel alliance. That's true. That's true. I don't know what we're rebelling against, but we're just allied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allied and fun.
We're rebelling against chocolate.
Nah, not me. Yeah. Okay. I feel like we should ring credits right now.
I know. The last time that music was played is when I got engaged.
That's true.
So that's big music.
That's big news on the show.
Yeah, anytime you guys hear that music, get ready.
Get ready. Get ready.
Another big announcement?
Yeah.
What is it?
I'm getting Chinese food on New Year's Eve.
Oh my god, you are?
I can't wait.
Oh man, you're so lucky.
Yes. That's totally true, too.
Yeah, that's what you got to do on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. It's going to be like a post Star Wars The Force Awakens New Year's Eve.
Oh, I'm starving now.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Let's go to Buddha Tavern. See you guys.
Oh, man. Now, this is good Chinese food eating music right here.
Dude, I can, right now, I'm not lying, right now, in this sitting, I could eat 4 egg rolls from Buddha Tavern.
I could totally do that. Yeah.
I want, like, the big extra, like, duck sauce, and I want to just keep dumping it in there.
Now, do they have, like, the nice fresh ones, or do they have, like the red, like, herby egg rolls?
No. It's like, it's green when you bite into it. It's like the regular vegetable color.
Yeah.
Not like China Roma, it's all pink.
It's all red.
But they're delicious.
They are delicious.
I don't know why it's all red.
I don't know why either.
I don't know.
Everything's just dyed red on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like herbs.
Oh, it's so good.
And things. I don't know. It's all minced.
Yeah.
It's just delicious.
Love it.
Yeah, I just want them lo mein.
I know.
Do it.
Oh, man.
Puffy chicken, puffy shrimp.
No shrimp.
Oh, you.
No scrimps for me.
I'll take them. Take them on that poo-poo platter. Oh, man.
That would work out very well if we got a poo-poo platter.
Have we not had a poo-poo platter together?
No, never.
Well, write that one down. Hey, I get some time off coming up.
Yeah?
Star Wars.
Oh, that's true.
We're going to get some Chinese food, I think.
Hey, well, guess what? We're going to be at the Disney store.
Yeah.
December 18th for that mystery figure.
That's true. You know what's across the street?
Kowloon's.
The Kowloon.
Yep.
And if you guys don't know, it is the largest Chinese food restaurant in New England.
Gigantic.
Perhaps the world.
But
definitely New England. Look it up. It's the Kowloon. It's amazing.
When you walk in there, they have like an autograph hall.
They do.
It's like everybody's been there.
Oh, you wouldn't believe who's been there. Yeah.
Tons.
Yeah. I not once, but on many occasions, have multiple WWE superstars just walked by because they just hang out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also Jerry Seinfeld.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway's been there now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's new. Pretty cool.
That's why I love looking at the wall. I'm like, wow, look at all these people.
Man, I haven't been to Kowloon in so long. I love the loon.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll get poo-poo platters, saugus wings,
wings,
spring rolls.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have some white Mai Tais.
Well, we should just tell the lady when we sit down, hey, have the ambulance on speed dial.
Oh, jeez. Is it after The Force Awakens?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm good.
Now that we've seen the movie, we can eat whatever we want.
We're going to gorge ourselves on Chinese food. Oh, man. We brought up white Mai Tais as well. They don't make those everywhere. They make them here.
Yeah, a lot of people, when I say white Mai Tai, they're like,
they don't know.
I don't get it.
It's a Mai Tai, but it's different.
It's a stronger Mai Tai.
It is stronger. I don't think it has like Coca-Cola in it.
Yeah, that's probably what they leave out.
Yeah, probably. It's delicious though.
It is delicious. It's really good.
Yeah. What else do I like there? Like everything there. Yeah.
Teriyaki nuggets. You ever have those?
Oh yeah,
those are good.
Yeah, the Eddie Anneman special.
What's that?
I don't know. It's like lobster sauce and stuff.
That's why I wouldn't know.
Who knows? I don't know.
You're over here eating Admiral Akbar over here. Poor guy.
Oh man, yeah. Chinese food.
It is delicious.
We're gonna go.
Yeah,
we're gonna go.
Yes, I'm down. I'm dead serious.
No, I can't wait. Now I'm even more excited.
Yeah,
for the premiere of The Force Awakens because we're gonna have some good Chinese food.
It's filled. It's filled with excitement. The movie, a mystery.
Not the Chinese food.
Well, that's just the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Just when you thought the day was over, Chinese food.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. No, have some lo mein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad. Have some wontons.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff, man. Wow, Star Wars, we have even more to talk about. We do. Speaking of Chinese food, Oppo Awards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which have nothing to do with Chinese food, but we can talk about them anyways. So, this week's Oppo Award goes to Dejeric Czar, who left us an amazing review on iTunes. And to win the Oppo Award, all you have to do is leave us an iTunes review, and you'll be in the running. So, Dejeric Czar's iTunes review goes, "Thank the maker, an audible mad Star Wars Orient Express." I love this music. Alright, I lost it. Here we are. All aboard! And I mean all aboard means expect weird aliens, obscure background characters, creatures, monsters, and superfans, creators, mascots, pop culture characters, and more may make an appearance. Yes, I was a skeptic. Perhaps you collect everything and maybe you were avoiding the spoilers in the epic trailer released on Coyote Month Day, or feeling a bit lost in a sandstorm of hype and new releases. I don't know what just happened there, but it looked good. Like a mirage, a super cold party train, the Brews and Blasters whisks us away as hosts Joe and Chris regale us with news, interviews, and reviews. Hey, don't give us too many compliments here. News? Yeah, right. Chris, are we a news show?
No.
No.
Nope.
No. Are we, do we know the famous people?
Yeah, we know a ton of famous people.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's all happening, but no. Do we,
let me hear ya.
Let me hear you praise. Do we know the well, we actually do. Yeah. Okay. No, we try. We just like to have a good time. He goes on. Like a mirage, a super cold party train, the Brews and Blasters whisk us away as host Joe and Chris regale us with news, interviews, and reviews does not stop. As the show picks up steam, this is like this really is like a train right now. He's talking. He's like giving us a narrative, like as this train does not stop. Train's not stopping.
Oh,
yeah, rolling down the track. He's giving this all. I see like coded messages here.
As rain falls on the window.
As the show picks up steam, infectious, thoughtful conversations may include segments with the actors, creators, and super fans of the saga. Enthusiastic and all ages appropriate commentary that I enjoy with my daughters, where hell is the saltiest word I've ever heard. You mean saltiniest word I've ever heard.
I saw what you did there.
You did. I did that. Lastly, he says lastly, but this is really in the middle of a paragraph here. Lastly, while the brews and other spirits flow, it is not Get Blasted, but rather Brews is a show for those who will have a blast. Or Brews, like B-R-U-I-S-E, in that you may laugh until your ribs ache. Nice wordplay there.
Yeah.
Very good. In this place, everyone knows every underappreciated alien's name, no pun goes unturned, and every fan's experience celebrated. This is really nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
I really like this. Cannot stress how much I appreciate the depth and fearlessness of the tangents that connect real life to fandom. I like that he wrote that right after we just went on a 5-minute tangent about Chinese food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prepared but not scripted, free-ranging from history and artistry of the mythology, and segue seamlessly into pub food or poor suffering Weasley's domestic issues. Poor Weasley. Oh, man. Decades of tales get the love they deserve. Pod Travel Advisory. I can't say this. I'm falling apart here.
I can't shake them.
Can't see them. Pack plenty of snacks as a well-deserved protocol droid or a bottomless bag of ours. A bottomless bag of ours.
Oh.
Yeah, the Boston accent thing. I'm transplanted into New England, but you may need subtitles to navigate the Star Wars big car. Okay. Bring munchies as great meals, pasta, road trip pit stops, breakfast sandwiches, etc. A major fan, huge endorsement. Am crushed that I missed out on tickets to opening shows at my go-to theater, as it's theirs too. Oh well. Well, Dejeric Czar, we would like to meet you, hang out with you. And thank you so much for this very colorful review.
All the kind words.
Yeah, and every once in a while, a little jab there, like, you can't say your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, congratulations, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, you're this week's Oppo Award winner. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Oh, man. What else do you want to do here? Wild show tonight. What do you want to do? You done?
I don't know. Is there anything else?
Yeah, there's a movie coming out.
Oh, man.
I'm done though. Like we got the movie coming out. Yep. Are there trailers coming out? There's like new stuff coming out every day. If you want to go out there and find it, you can find new stuff. You want to find the spoilers? You can find the spoilers too. I'm not.
We're staying spoiler free.
Yeah.
We have a week left.
Yeah, and I'll get vicious if you try and spoil me.
Yeah. We're going into carbon freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I know.
Tilo carbon.
Tilo carbon. Oh, man.
The Ewoks are just smoking pipes.
like, yep.
They're like, you know something? I like his story. We're all going to risk our lives for you guys.
Yeah, like, literally took like 2 minutes. Yeah. Nuch Veda. We'll all kill for you.
Yeah. They're like, he tells stories, has sound effects.
Yeah, these guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have been, what if he was a big liar?
Oh.
Like, what if he just had like all that like pre-programmed? He's like, we've all done this. This is awesome.
They're like, Han's like, what's he talking about?
What if they were like 6 used car salesmen?
Oh, no.
And they were just like crash landed there.
They're like, all you guys attack the white guys, the stormtroopers.
Yeah, the white armored guys.
Yeah, the white armored guys. You guys attack them. We're going to be taking a nap. And let us know how it goes down.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be what happened. Yeah, those Ewoks, way too trusting.
Yeah. No, I really do love how fast that was.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going to eat you. No, wait, let's listen to... Okay, no,
yeah.
You're part of the tribe.
Her hair's really pretty.
Yeah.
He might be a god. Okay.
Her hair's really long.
Super long. Yeah. Well, she had a lot of braids.
Yep.
Kind of wove it up all in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Right.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That was bad. That was very, very low. Want to do that one time? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know who we haven't heard from in a while?
Who?
You know who.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who?
I'm really glad we haven't heard from them.
Hey, guys.
Ah! Oh, yeah. Spoke too soon. Thanks so much for listening to Brews and Blasters, guys. We've had a good time, and the next time you hear from us, it's going to be after the movie.
We have seen it.
We have seen it. Been to the mountain. So, we're going to be putting on a big, huge, a massive mega show.
Really looking forward to this.
Right after the show. Right after we see The Force Awakens. We're putting together. The entire Retro Zap crew is going to be there. Stay tuned for more info. It's going to be amazing. It's going to knock your socks off. So, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Look to retrozap.com. And, yeah, we cannot wait. That's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. We're going to cap off 2015 golden style. All right, guys. You know where to find us. You want to contact us? brewsandblasters at retrozap.com. That's the place to do it. We're reading all your email, absolutely every single one. We're going to get back to you anytime. We're on Twitter. I don't know how much we're going to be on Twitter for the next couple of days. But, you know, we're going to be on there. You know how to find us. Brews and Blaster, leave off the S. Retrozap, at a PED. Collector's Hut, 2 T's. Joey Wong Kenobi, Chris Salton. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Stitcher, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, Periscope, Pinterest, Google+, wherever else. I don't know. We sign up for it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of places.
There's even more. I don't even even know.
There's more.
Yeah, there is. You know where else you can go? CollectorsHut.com.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, we're there. Chris is there. That's where you can find all his videos and all his information. Don't forget about TeePublic. Collector's Hut has a store there. RetroZap has a store there. You can get Brews and Blaster shirts there. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look us up. All right, Chris, any last words very, very quickly?
The Force Awakens soon. Very soon.
And then Chinese food.
And then Chinese food.
And then more The Force Awakens. And then more Chinese food. May the Force be with you.
I'm afraid the party's canceled, the summits never show. But I don't always pencil, I was foreboding no. Before it's getting ready, man, we get too much. All the world will suffer, the Wookiee's wicked clutch.
Hi, this is Felix Silla. You are listening to Brews and Blasters.